the light on in here, jeez. What is going on, Insomniac? Midnight Sun 518 here in the garage again, and we have another upgrade for Sasha, my 2017 Tacoma TRD Pro. It's kind of an upgrade. It is an upgrade. It's a big one for me, but it's a hand-me-down from a fellow overlander. I did allude to it in a previous video, but I have new tires. Massive tires. Holy crap, these things are huge. These are the Yokohama Geolander MTs. They look freaking awesome. They do have about 30,000 miles on them, so they're a little used, but it's not too big of a deal. And these are 315 75 R16s, which means 35s. So that's awesome. Currently on the truck, I have two 65 75 R16s, I think. Right around 32s, 32 and a quarter or something like that. So these are going to be massive on this truck. And I'll show you that side by side. If you've been following the channel for a while, you'll know that I want to get beadlock tires. You'll know I want to get Milestar Patagonia MT02s, but the tires that I have on the truck right now are gone. They're destroyed. They got like 80,000 miles on these tires, which is insane. They're currently the Goodyear Wranglers, which are sick. They've been a great tire. They are an all-terrain tire, and they've worked out really, really well. I just want something different, and I want 35s. So, this is what I'm doing. These did not come with tire pressure sensors, so I went on eBay and I found 5 of these TPMS sensors, which are super cool. Pull one of these out for you. It's just this little thing. So you've got your new little valve stem right here, and it just plugs into where your valve stem is. And then the pressure sensor, there should be a little well inside of the tire that lets you kind of squish it down into place, and then it holds there. So I got 5 of those for all the tires, so I can get those installed and I can be able to have my tire pressure readout inside of the truck. I'll show you how to sort of kind of get the truck to recognize those sensors once you get the new tires on. And then the old ones, I could have just taken the sensors out of those ones. Hey guys, Midnight Sun from the desk. So this video, specifically covering the 35s, obviously I'm not going to be able to get to getting the tire pressure sensors, the TPMS sensors, being read by the truck. I don't have the equipment for it, although I do have a plan, and there is a way to make them get recognized. It's actually super freaking easy, but that's going to end up being in a separate video. So if you guys are here to see how I got that side of things working, then hop over to the playlist that this video is attached to, and I promise you it'll be there. Hey, what's up, my dudes? Midnight Sun from the future here, and I totally did not do something that I fully intended to do. I was gonna weigh the tires before and after, so the old Goodyear Duratracs, and then weigh the new Yokohama Geolanders so that you could see how large of a weight difference there was. A little bit of Google came up with 45 pounds for the Duratracs, which was about what I guesstimated. Now the Geolanders, here's what's interesting. Because they're so much larger, 35s versus 31s, just over 31s. So the tire weight of the Geolanders are 69 nice pounds, just for the rubber, which is insane. So if we just say that the rims are the same weight, which they're not going to be exactly the same weight, but it's probably relatively similar between the Stingers, right? This is what I have, the 16-inch rim version, and the TRD rims that I used to have, right? We'll just guesstimate that those are about the same weight. And then you look at the Duratracs are 45 pounds versus the Geolanders, which are almost 70 pounds. That is a huge difference in weight. Now, I will say from driving around, hi Cat, the last couple of months, or the last couple of weeks, sorry, with the 35-inch tires on the car, I can feel the weight difference, but it's mostly when I'm braking, and I'm going to go into that here in a second during my little road test portion. But it's really not that bad. A lot of people complained about drag, and they complained about how sluggish the truck feels, and honestly, it feels more controllable to me than it did on the original tires. So I'm going to be doing a re-gear eventually for these tires, but for now, I'm super happy with these Geolanders, so highly recommend, and I'm really looking forward to trying out their off-road performance. So we're doing 60 miles an hour here, same stretch of road that we did that original test when we did the Overland Torque Tune, both before and after, same stretch, but now I've got the 35s on the truck, and just kind of showing you what the truck likes to do with this amount of tire weight on there. So you can see my current gear up here. Well, I guess I could swap it over to one of these other ones. I think it was this one. No, I got rid of that page. It's all good. But yeah, you can see the current gear, fuel mileage, that kind of stuff. And for the most part, I have not noticed a change in the drivability of the truck. Everybody swears that the vehicle becomes slow and sluggish with the weight of the 35s, and that it doesn't like to go anywhere. Now, I haven't been on the trail yet, so I haven't done anything at the low speed, but backing up my steep driveway, if anything, I notice more control. Now, the one big difference that I do notice is my braking ability. I do have the stock brakes on this truck. I haven't done anything to upgrade them, and I'm kind of happy that I'm upgrading them after doing the 35s, because my braking distance, though I can still brake relatively the same, it feels like there's so much, I gotta push the pedal harder in order to brake the same speed effectively. But all in all, I am so happy with these. They're very comfortable. They're a little vibraty, but that's just because they're mud terrains and they've got, you know, a lot of meat on the lugs, and it makes this truck super fucking tall, so it's kind of unnerving at times when you think you're really close to something, but you're actually still like 6, 7, 8 feet away. It's just because that's all you are. But anyways, truck's great, and I'm really happy with going 35s. I would not change this for anything. I'm looking forward to the re-gear. So the last thing really that we sort of kind of have to talk about in regards to putting 35s on the Tacoma is gas mileage. I'm sure that for those of you that have been doing your research and all that sort of stuff into fitting larger tires and whatnot on your Tacoma, or whatever vehicle you're driving, but the gas mileage, as you know, is going to suffer. And I realize you are going to be vibrating a lot, man. I need to find a way to like dampen this vibration so it's not that bad. So the 35s, it's a big deal in regards to your lack of gas mileage. So before fitting 35s, I was getting somewhere around 17 or 18 to the gallon, and that is lower than what it was when I first got the truck. I was able to get somewhere between 19 and 20 miles to the gallon. But then when I started adding weight and all that sort of stuff, it really noticeably was dropping, right? And then once I added the 35s on there, the gas mileage went down to somewhere around 13 or 14 miles to the gallon, depending on how I'm driving and where I'm at. So the current tank average is at 13.7. Show you that right there. So it is 13.7 miles per gallon. which is not a lot. Still got one more thing to do in regards to fitting 35s. The episodes for this series are a little out of whack because I thought I was going to be putting the tires on as like the very last thing, but indeed I did not. I was ahead of myself and wanting to get going on my things and fitting the bigger tires and all that sort of stuff so I can get rid of the other tires as well, which I've already done. And so my fender liners have suffered because I don't have them yet, which means that the mud and all that sort of stuff from this past outing, which if you guys haven't seen that video, it's definitely out on the channel by now. But yeah, the mud free everywhere, absolutely everywhere, all over the engine bay, all inside of the door gaps and that kind of stuff because I don't have fender liners, which, whatever. So I don't really know what else to say about the fitting the bigger tires, but stay tuned for the next and final episode of the series, which will be putting in the high clearance fender liners from C4 Fabrication, because that is a very important step. And then I'm going to be having my own little twist that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to have my own little twist on what I'm going to be doing when I put these fender liners in, but that's not in this video, so I don't really know what else to say about it. Well, my dudes, there you have it. You swapped tires before, so it's really not that hard. The Tacoma, I torque the lug nuts to 85 foot-pounds. I think the range is like 80 to 90, something like that. I just go 85 because it's right around, or maybe it's 75 to 85. I don't know. Either way, I put them at 85. That's what I've been doing since I bought the truck 3 years ago, and I haven't had any issues with it. But man, do they look great. I know you kind of, or I guess maybe I'm rolling a little B right now, but they look super, super, super good. Obviously, I'm going to need an alignment. I got a little bit of toe in on the front. I think I'm going to have to take off my mud flaps in the back, though, unfortunately. I'm going to leave them on for now, but they may start rubbing, so I might have to take those off in the future. Hey, Midnight Sun from the desk again. Different day, different shirt, different month. I forgot to do an intro again. I'm sorry. It's my fault. Whatever. And I'm doing it on the desk. Oh, I guess I could turn the lights on so you can see me better. I'm doing it at the desk just because I don't want to have to go out to, you know, record in front of the truck and then have to get all that footage off of my GoPro because it's kind of a pain. But I'm really liking these tires. I have gone probably about 2,000 miles on the tires since I did all of the initial filming for this video, and I'm really enjoying them. I had one trip so far out into the trails through a whole bunch of mud, and the tires performed very, very, very well. The 35s are going to get me in trouble because I have a lot more confidence when I'm driving through and over obstacles and that kind of stuff. That's definitely, they're different than having the original tires on the truck. Because they are bigger, because they are mud terrains, there are vibrations, there are, the steering is a little bit more, I don't really know exactly what the word is I'm looking for, but it likes to do its own thing, kind of. It's not like it sends you flying off the road, and I do have an alignment, and everything is perfect, right? But the tires, maybe it's the weight of them, just you hit a bump, and they like to do little adjustments on their own, which you can feel in the steering wheel. Now the truck still tracks straight, but you can feel it, and it feels a little bit sketchy. So what I hear people do is when they get aftermarket upper control arms, because I don't think I can do it with my current uppers and lowers, but when they'll go get another alignment done, and they'll actually adjust the caster, which is the position forward and backwards that your tires are in the wheel well, and they'll push the tire forward an extra degree or two, which helps with that centering of the tires when you're going down the road, and apparently that makes a big difference on that kind of feeling in the steering rack. Also, maybe going hydro assist or something like that might give a little bit extra dampening. I don't know. All problems for the future, but it's very drivable, and I really, really do like having these on my truck. But you can't daily this thing anymore. I mean, you can, but the gas mileage is somewhere between 11 and 14. The other thing that I failed to do, and I am sorry for this, I really wanted to, but I totally forgot about it, and I'm sorry. But I was going to do sound tests. I was going to do before and after sound recordings for the old Goodyear Wrangler Duratracs and these Yokohama MTO or Geolander MTs. So unfortunately I didn't do that. I'm sorry.
If you guys are interested in the sound inside of the cab, the next video in this series, which is going to be on installing the high clearance fender liners, right? It'll be the final video of the series. I'm actually going to be doing some like Dynamat or something inside of the fender liners to help kick down the cab noise, because it is pretty loud. And I will be doing before and after sound clips. So if you're interested in how loud these Yokohamas are in a 3rd gen Tacoma, then hop over to that video and you'll be able to see for yourself more quantitatively, not just me telling you how loud it is. But it is a very noticeable change. It's a hell of a lot louder than the original tires are.
So I'm not going to do that because I got a dude coming up on my ass. It doesn't really help.
So if this is your daily and this is your plan, is to do this to your truck, you may want to think about having a full-sized set of spare road tires, which I might do in the future. I might get another set of Duratracs, or something else that I can do when I'm just putzing around town, and then when I'm on the trails and I'm going on trips, throw the mud terrains on there, and maybe that's what I'm going to do. I don't know, but I'm not made of money. So anyways, this video's been going on long enough. It's like 18 minutes and I'm talking most of it. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, please drop a like and a subscribe. Please come back and see me again. I really appreciate all the support from everybody that has been stopping by my channel and saying hello. So if you guys have any questions, drop a comment down below. I'm usually pretty quick about answering them, and to the best of my knowledge. But yeah, so 35s, man, it's amazing. Never gonna go back. Midnight sign out.